Welcome to our demonstration of the third-party logistics add-on for the Savant warehouse management system. All of the functionality for receiving, picking, packing, shipping, inventory control is the same as it would be on the WMS or the ADC. However, the additional information you can get with the 3PL module will allow you to manage the inventory for various customers, which we call owners in our system. So here I have a screen displaying a lot of orders that are waiting to be shipped. And as I kind of scroll through here, you can see I've got these different types that are basically showing the different owners and which orders belong to them. There are a few things that we need to do. One of those is to go into each item and specify which owner that item belongs to. And that is where we start with the process. So you define your owners and then you assign those owners to the different items. Here we have the product information screen, and we're looking at a particular item, 1392, and it's available for use in the warehouse. And under the classification, you can see we're assigning this to an owner called Pure. So this owner is exclusive to this particular product. We'll do that for all of the products that are out there assigned to this particular owner. And you'll do that for all of the different owners in the 3PL. The next thing that we'll look at is how we want to handle some things around security and setting up the billing for this customer. Here we have the billing rate screen, and we're going to set up a rate that is attached to a particular project called PickPack. Now you can set these projects up, call them whatever you like, but they will end up being an invoice. So if you wanted to have separate invoices for picking, packing charges versus shipping versus storage versus miscellaneous fees, then you would have all these different projects out there. So I've chosen the Pick Pack project, and then I can choose what type of billing I want to do. So in this situation, I want to do this against the picking transactions in the warehouse. Now I can set up my rate ID. I have two of them that I've already set up, and I'm going to go ahead and look at the order pick billing rate, and here it's going to refresh for me, and I can see that it's $1.25 per order, and it's billed per document, so that would mean per order. And I can set up a range, so this rate is valid from January 1st through December 30th, 2020. And then I can also, if I want to, set up a minimum charge. So the idea here would be that every time I run an invoice, there's a minimum of $100. So that might be a monthly or a weekly minimum, depending on the frequency of your billing. So this rate will be out here for the order. And then I had this other one here for the lines. And in this situation, we can see that it will be 25 cents as a per line item charge. And that one's billed by the each. So in that case, we're going to do 25 cents per each unit that's picked. So both of these rates are set up, and once we do the billing or invoice generation, that will be calculated based on how many orders were picked, what the quantities were, etc. Another thing you can set up here, if I wanted to look at my storage charges, I have some rates out here that are applicable to storage. So we've got either traditional, anniversary, split month billing, whichever way you want to do that for storage. And then we can set up our rate, which I have one out here for pallet storage. And in this case, we are set here to bill by the pallet. There are different units that you can choose for any of these rates. So you just have to decide what the appropriate unit of measure should be. And then here I've got a $22 per pallet fee. And this one happens to be set up based on anniversary. So it wasn't traditional like I had originally pulled. This one is anniversary. And we've got the same idea here with our beginning and ending dates and a minimum charge of $500 per invoice. So all of these different rates, you can set up as many as you like, all the different categories for every time you do a bill of lading, or maybe you want to do a weighted average storage fee by bin location. There's multiple different types of billing you can do. This screen is where you will create invoices, and you will go in here and choose the project that you're interested in, and then a date for the invoice. So in this case, if it's the 21st of January, then we can come in and pull a transaction date. So for example, I want all transactions through the 17th to be billed on the date of the 21st. And what will happen here is that all of the owners will come up that have that particular project and any transactions within that date. And then we'll be able to calculate the invoices by clicking on this button at the bottom of the screen. And that will generate all of our invoices. From there, we have options to void invoices, or we can do an inquiry and take a look at the data on those invoices and then print them out. The next thing we need to do is set up the security for users from the owner companies to be able to log in and take a look at their transactions and their inventory. So in this screen, we will pull up for each owner the operators or the users that will be able to log in. In this case, I have something called PT02, and we'll put in their name and a password. And this user is going to be tied to that owner only. So when he or she logs in, you're only going to be able to see data related to that owner. So once these owners and operators are created, we're then going to be able to go into our security and assign those security roles to that particular user. Okay, so I'm going to log in as my customer's user, PT02, and we'll see how things look a little different. So we still end up in the open order details screen, which is fine. You can see all of these orders. We can notice that they're all for this particular owner, pure, and that's fine. We're not seeing anything from the other owners like we did in their original login. And if I wanted to take a look at inventory, I can do product inquiries. I don't have location or license plate inquiry capabilities here, but I can take a look at inventory for a particular item, and I can see that here. And if I happen to do a lookup, I'll only see the items that are part of my owner ID, which in this case is about 51 different items, instead of the thousands that are out there for the entire warehouse. So the scope is very limited, but it's also a good thing. We can also come in here and see order inquiries, just looking at specifics for this particular owner. If I wanted to check some details about something that has been shipped, I can see the warehouse order. I can see the internal order that came with from the customer, and I can see what was on that. This particular one looks like it's already been shipped, and I can look at the lot and serial details that went with that and just kind of check out the scenario. You can also see here there are various things that are available to a portal user, but I don't have any setup of administration, no security, or any of those kind of options. Likewise, we have very limited things that can be looked at here on the menu. So that's all part of those security roles. Okay, we'll go back to our open order details screen here, and we'll close out this demonstration of the 3PL capabilities within Savant Warehouse Management System. Thank you and have a good day.